マジカルアイズ Red is for Anguish.
What's up, everyone? We're still on chapter 0, but we'll continue. I wonder how many hours more it'll take till I get to chapter 1, or until I make my first decision. Well, stick with me and we'll find out together. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna go to Yu's room. We've already read this, right? Before going to bed, I find myself thinking about the bizarre situation the city is in right now. I remember something one of my coworkers, a doctor, once told me. What you have to be the most alert for is a situation where you have light symptoms like a headache or a fever on the surface, but you have no idea why they're showing up. I suppose that is what's been bothering Ozma the most. He must be way more concerned about the fact that they haven't discovered the cause behind this crime wave than he is about the crimes themselves. A slight headache could be one of the symptoms of a serious illness that could kill you. However, in my opinion, the symptoms the city is experiencing already go beyond slight. Even if all those cases are the category of regular crimes and there's nothing that I can do about it, I should probably sort out the information I have and prepare myself for the future. As just another person who lives here in the city, who knows when one of the people I know will fall victim? Reasoning mode? Bro! Decision making time! Oh yes! Oh my goodness. Oh, not the click, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. Okay. Tutorial 4, Reasoning Mode. At important points in the story, you can infer the case using the vocabulary you've gained up to that point. 1. This is the case screen. Check. Clicking each list will display the solution list. 2. Solution list. The acquired words corresponding to each case will be displayed. 3. Completion. Displayed once response fields have been filled. Press the End Reasoning Mode. Completing Reasoning Mode will display your rank in 3 steps. Depending on your rank, additional scenarios or special options may be viewed at the title menu. Oh my goodness. And guys, I ain't cheating by looking at a walkthrough, because there is no walkthrough. Alright? See, I love these kinds of games. Like, the recent Sherlock Holmes game is, The Devil's Daughter or something. That one, I took a look at some walkthroughs on it. At the beginning of a walkthrough, and I like games like the Sherlock Holmes games developed by Frogware Studios, because it makes you think. I mean, obviously, if you want to cheat and go find a walkthrough, well, okay. There is something strange going on in the city right now. What is it? How long has the phenomenon been going on? What is the cause of the phenomenon? I mean, what am I supposed to do? Select your answer from the clues thus far. I don't know, man. Okay, what the hell? Okay, so it's... Oh my goodness. So now I'm gonna have to demonstrate whether I'm an idiot or not to you people. What is the cause of this phenomenon? Oh shit. It's an unknown cause, right? Because there's no solid proof that variants are... There's no solid proof that variants are doing it. Okay, there's something strange going on in the city right now. What is it? An unusual... Yeah, we only have that. How long has the phenomenon been going on? Last month, right? Oh god. Dude, I feel like an idiot. Because, like... I'm pretty sure it's unknown cause. Like, maybe I missed something when I was reading. Because I'm pretty sure it's unknown cause from... Yeah, it should be unknown cause. We don't know. They kept talking about it, right? And it's not the variance because we don't know it's the variance. The past month, I'm pretty sure it's the past month. Oh god. Oh, okay, complete reasoning. Yes. Result? Yes! Yes! Achievement unlocked, groping in the dark. Special has been added on title screen. That's awesome, guys! I ain't a complete idiot! At least I haven't shown you that I'm a complete idiot just yet. But, wow, that was... Whew! Rank S, huh? Look who's a genius! Look who's Sherlock Holmes! Okay, continuing on. Even after going through what I know like this, the most I can do is nothing more than putting it all together. In spite of the fact that we've had a considerable amount of crime here, there aren't enough clues to make any inferences from. With that said, paying attention to everything would be the best way of investigating for the time being. I've been told that it's pretty unlikely, but it's not impossible for variants to be involved. Or rather, given how peculiar it is, I can't get rid of this strong impression that they are. That's why I believe I need to give this all I've got, so that I don't miss any symptoms when they show up. So that I can see through to what causes them. And so that I don't lose anyone important to me. Oh man. See, I think that last line, it says that like if you make a mistake in the reasoning part, you're gonna lose someone important. What a horrible day. Kuchiki Kosuke mutters, walking down the dark alley. Bad luck is such a burdensome thing to come across. Just having someone is already a big disaster, but what's worse is that you have to deal with the consequences later. If you get injured, you need treatment. If you fight with someone, you need to apologize to them. In the case of this particular man, he's lost the documents that he spent the last 3 days finishing up and has yet to do them all over again. It's repairable, but it's not that easy for him to quickly forget it and move on. He keeps powerlessly walking down the alley that leads to the residential section he lives in. The lamppost in the middle of the alley has been blinking for the past few days, and tonight it stopped shining completely. The darkness unnerves him. In combination with his own depression, this part of his commute gives him the creeps. Creak. He stops and turns in the direction of the strange sound. It was just like the creaky sound made when you sit on a stubborn old chair. He looks around but doesn't see anything suspicious. He only heard it once. Maybe it had just been his imagination. Even so, it's still creepy to hear something strange on a dark, lonely street. He subconsciously picks up the pace, filled with irritation. It's just not his day. He could have gotten home sooner without the mistake at work, and he wouldn't feel so unsettled if it weren't for the dead street lamp. He recalls there is one more burdensome facet to misfortune. Strangely, misfortune begets more misfortune. It never rains, but it pours. As the saying goes, bad things will keep happening, and at times misfortune makes its way to you as though hunting down prey, no matter how alert you are. He wonders if he should take the day off tomorrow, so he can stem the tide of this series of disasters. But even if he does that, he will end up having to work at his home desk all day. The best thing about it would be that he doesn't have to care about his co-workers, especially one of his bosses who gives him snide stares and plenty of wigging all the time. It's not a bad idea. He decides to call the company first thing in the morning. With that burden lifted from his shoulders, he continues along his route home with a lighter heart. Unfortunately, that small comfort was not to be. He would not be able to take the day off the next day. Neither would he be able to call his company the next morning, nor even return home. That was because his theory was proved correct by himself. Misfortune begets more misfortune. Once the tooth gear gets off its track, even slightly, it can lead to another distortion. It's not unthinkable that someone or something in that darkness did hold evil intent toward the man. He just didn't know it. He didn't know that what was in that creeping darkness had already claimed a knick-knack shop owner he knew, and that he himself was its next target. To be fair, the shop owner asked for it. But what about this man? Was there any reason for him to suffer this disaster? Was there any reason for him to get his head chopped off while still alive? Whoa, that's dark. That's scary, man. Question mark, question mark, question mark side. The days the little girl spent with the boy are filled with excitement. Hospital bed, huh? The kinds of ordinary moments they shared might seem predictable and boring to other people. But for her, they are novel experiences. Just a little chit-chat is far more amazing than any manga or TV show she has seen. Lightning struck somewhere near the hospital last night. The middle-aged man next door tumbling over terribly. Each topic is silly, but the way the boy spins them into amusing stories is like magic. The girl can't figure out why. She was astonished when he searched for her room and showed up to apologize after they had crashed into each other. She didn't believe he had anything to feel guilty about, but he went through the trouble of finding her and apologizing without even knowing her name. Above and beyond the apology, he started enthusiastically talking about how he had sought out her room, who he was, and how he had wound up hospitalized. At first, she wasn't sure how to react to this one-sided conversation, but she soon found herself laughing and chiming in with the stories he told. A week has passed since then. He comes to visit her room every single day. A week ago, all she had was anxiety and suffering, but she now appreciates the wonderful time she's having. Yet she has started to feel something she never has before. What if she had not bumped into him? What if he had not come looking for her? All those ifs unsteady her mind as though there was no ground to stand on in the world. She's not only uneasy about the past. How much longer is this splendid period of time going to last? How long will she be together with him? And when he leaves the hospital, will she return to how she was a week ago? She now routinely imagines these kinds of sad scenarios for her own future. Question mark, question mark side, and... that girl in the hospital, huh? I don't even know her name. Well, of course we don't know her name. We're not supposed to. Oh, chapter 1 started! The city died. Orange! Whoa! Achievement unlocked. Waning light. Whoa! We're in chapter 1! We're in chapter 1! Sick. Tsukomogami. It is thought that objects and tools that are used for a long time eventually develop a soul. Is it something done by the objects themselves? Or are they being infused with the user's emotions over a long time and being tormented by them? If the Tsukomogami are created by the latter, they must be imperfect beings. Because the emotions contained in them, and the very existence of human beings, the source of those emotions. Hieroglyphics, huh? Sounded like Egyptian music. They both are woefully imperfect. Fruitback Factory, huh? Again?
Good morning 新しいストーリーの始まりフレッシュな空気を全身でスモーキー荷物は勇気と期待無理に胸張る姿がぎこちない君の挑戦と戦闘戦望するもんなんてない成長していそう一歩踏み出せばきっとそのゲストが道となり君となる足取り作家鼻で歌うパッ小気味いいペースお気に入りフレーズをテンション上がって若干ドリブ聞かせすぎてパロディ風天気も良好で俺の味方まるで教頭先生の言い方そんな冗談もほどほどにスローダウンさあそろそろ行こうかよっはいその真剣な眼差しにはいする全てが新しいかいたままのスカイが目の前にさ広がっているから今までが上層さ高くフライなんてちょっと大げさだがうまいフォースのスマイルそんなすぐやってくる
Come on, what? Why did we get the opening again? And this time it was lagging? Was it supposed to lag? I don't think so. Sorry guys, but my computer's garbage. Well, it's not garbage. Still works. It still does what it thought. It's meant to do. You know. It's just I don't know why it was lagging. Why was it lagging? Ugh, how frustrating. Okay, today is the only normal weekend set right in the middle of long holiday season. Still, it's not that oh my goodness. Today is the only normal weekday set right in the middle of the long holiday season. Still, it's not that depressing considering that the main part of the holiday starts tomorrow. Okay. Okay, just so you know, okay, you can you can always watch the intro on YouTube, right? Like there's actually on Fruitback Factory's YouTube channel. I guess I should link it. Let's see if I remember to link it. But anyway, on Fruitback Factory's website, YouTube channel, you see two versions of that music video, and it's like I say two versions, but it's really just two ways the lyrics are shown. Like, honestly, I don't know why it was lagging, but you know my computer is pretty bad. So, continuing on, Jun and Shizuku seem to be motivated by that fact too. They're enjoying their preparation for school, something they usually don't.
兄ちゃんさ、ゴールデンウィークの予定はどうなってんの?
Oh, what's Golden Week? I mean, like, if you've like, you know how like all anime takes place in high school, right? Like, like, basically all anime take place in high school, right? And like they always have this Golden Week thing, but like I never really searched up what the definition was. Like, I kind of had an idea, but like, let's read it for the first time. A Japanese English word describing the holiday period starting from around the end of April until the beginning of May in Japan. Originally, the word was used as an advertising pitch coined by Japan's movie industry, aiming to warm itself up and make plenty of box office revenue. Consequently, what is golden is not only the feelings of people enjoying the holiday period, but also the entertainment facilities that those people visit. Ah, I see, that's... Whoa! I mean, I knew that it was a week, and that, like, high school students have the week off, but, like... wow, I didn't know. Wow. Let me know in the comments whether I should have known this or not. After, like, being exposed to a bunch of Japanese media, like be it anime, visual novels, light novels, manga. I've watched, read, played a bunch, right? But I never truly understood why it was called Golden Week. I mean, I could have, but I was never curious enough to enter it on Wikipedia to figure out what Golden Week was. So tell me, did you guys already know what Golden Week was? In the comments?
お仕事？
No work at the moment. I don't think I'll have the whole week off though.
兄ちゃんはいっつも忙しいもんな。急な用事で映画の約束破っちゃうくらいにさ。
今日のジュンくんはチクッとしてるね。
You really know how to hit me where it hurts, huh?
にしし、冗談だって。兄ちゃんにしかできないことだって分かってるからさ。
私たちの約束より大事だって分かってるから。
Wait a second, you're guilting me too, Shizuku.
ねし、冗談なの。
So, what are your plans?
明日はおばちゃんと一緒に買い物に行く約束してる。
お母さんが本屋さんとかに連れて行ってくれるって。
俺は前から約束してたゲームソフトを買ってもらう予定。
休みの間にゲームでたくさん遊ぶんだよね。
でもそれだけじゃ退屈だからどっかに遊びに行く約束もしてるけどな。
どこに行くかお話し中なんだよ。
You two are trying to make the most out of the holiday, huh?
兄ちゃんも予定が入らない日は遊びに行くんだろ？
Nah, I think I'll just sit around at home. When the disobeyers in charge of a specific area want to leave it for a long period of time, they have to apply for permission. There's nowhere I want to go badly enough to bother with that, so I keep to the area near my home. Watching DVDs or reading.
はあ、聞いたか、しずく。
聞いたよ、ジュンくん。
兄ちゃんさ、ゴールデンウィークってことはさ、ウィークがゴールデンなんだぜ。
ゴールデンなんだよ。
Oh my goodness. What did you pause for? You just switched the word order!
あ、もしかして。
Hmm?
さ、なんかごめんな、兄ちゃん。そのさ、兄ちゃんが学校に友達いないとか思ってなくてさ。
私たちはお兄ちゃんの味方だよ。
You're doing it wrong. I don't need you to show that kind of grown-up consideration for me.
にしし、冗談だって。
You know what? I've actually got someone who asked about my plans for the holiday.
お兄ちゃんは時間が空いたらその人と遊びに行くの？
I'm not going to. I don't want to feel sorry if I suddenly have to call it off.
俺たちとはそんなの気にしないで約束するじゃん。
That's because you two are family and know what I do. Not to mention that Jun is already one of us and Shizuku will be too soon enough. One of us! And it's hard for me to stay with someone for long, as you know.
そっか、兄ちゃんはいろいろ難しいもんな。まあ、仕事が入らなくて暇だったら俺たちが遊んであげるからさ。
遊んであげるね。
Haha, Thanks for the offer.
あ、俺たちそろそろ学校に行かなくちゃ。行こうぜ、しずく。
お兄ちゃん、行ってきます。
Well, as I told you last night, the city is kind of rough these days. Make sure to be careful.
はーい。
Even if I can't hang out with her, the two of us alone. Judging from past experience with her, Ogawa will probably bring me the DVD today. I'm looking forward to the DVD, but what's even better is that I'll get to talk to her again. Right now I'm feeling one of those unexplainable emotions. It's so unnatural of me to be thinking that every emotion can be reasoned, being a disobeyer myself. But since I think of her that way, I have to remember there's a line that I can't let myself cross. I take a look at my watch and realize I need to get going too. Let's put on my uniform and... always the same. As soon as I recognize the caller's name, I give up on attending school today. His timing is terrible as always, but at least it's not as bad as his cooking. I think I know who he's talking about. Whoa, we can go to school for no reason! Oh wait, I never even read this. A 92-year-old public high school that all the locals know about. Its motto is improve yourselves both in academics and sports. And it is well known in the entire prefecture for its high quality education and dominance in sports contests. Wow, okay, wait. First, I'm gonna like save, right? Actually I wanna save here. See, the reasoning behind this is, okay, this is where we get our first decision, decision making, the reasoning, right? So I want to save like after every time I get a reason, or before every time I get a reasoning. You know what I mean? Okay, wait. Okay, so what happens if I go to school? Also, that too. I need to save right before I do this. What the hell's the point of going to school? Okay. What's the point of going to school, man? A languid atmosphere is hanging around the classroom, as if rejecting the beginning of the day. Due to it being the middle of the holidays, more seats are empty than usual. It must be contributing to this laid-back air. Contrary to that laziness, I'm enveloped in an out-of-place, uplifting feeling. I was forced to wake up at 5 this morning by my day-old hopes and fears. I unconsciously finished up my daily jog and during breakfast found myself writing Amakawa Yu on my toast with jam. Wow, she's pretty obsessed. I know there's a chance that his answer the day before yesterday was just something he said on a whim. But who could blame me for being somewhat excited? He hardly ever says anything on a whim. There's a gigantic gap between 0 and 1. Now that I have this one precedent, he might do the same again someday. He could say something really nice on a whim, or he could accept my outing offer on a whim. Just imagining those situations makes me... 30 minutes have passed since I started waiting for the man in question. Some of my classmates came and greeted me, but I don't remember which ones they were or what I said to them. Just that I only replied mechanically. Missing today means 6 more days to wait. Between breaks, lunch, and after school, I've only got about 2 hours total. There's no time to waste on anyone but him. Plus, I've got a whole lot of things I want to talk about to him about today. The DVD is waiting for the time to come out of my bag, the movie theater that I saw in town, and the unusual little boy and girl that I bumped into. If I managed to make the chat flow smoothly, I could ask him out to a movie. In past years, I was never able to see him during Golden Week, meaning those weeks were less than golden. But that response he gave me gives me hope for this year. That alone is enough to get me through the rest of the holidays. But there are still opportunities for more to happen. I'm so happy I want to scream. Actually, I yelled a little into my pillow last night. Generally speaking, my feelings for him have been going too far. Even I'm aware of that. That's why I'm very careful not to go overboard when I'm with him. In front of him, my words and actions can't be too heavy or too atypical. Basically, the most important thing is for me to act naturally. With that said, it will probably be difficult to restrain myself today. He usually arrives right about now. I've got to compose myself before he shows up. Make one wrong move and the usual me will be destroyed. Wow, wait. She's gonna be disappointed. Him not coming, right? Okay, so my predictions. I think like that he's like, despite Golden Week and everything, he's gonna go back to the school, and like she's gonna what's her name? Chiharu's gonna be caught up with in this whole problem with the crime rate stuff and disobeyers and everything, right? New side back again. Pops, allow me to say something, would ya?
なんだ
I feel so sorry for those shrimp you're cooking. My heart bleeds for them. He bought loads of shrimp to make some kind of seasoning from their shells, and now he's grinding some of them in a mortar. In other restaurants, just the sound of the grinding would lead you to expect good food. In this ramen shop, it's just an undesired noise.
バッカ野郎照れるじゃねえか朝っぱらからそんなに褒めるんじゃねえよ
I've been wondering about this for a long time, but do you even know the basics of cooking?
釈迦に説法っていうのはこのことだなそういうのを愚問って言うんだぜ愚かなジュニアめ
Do you know the 5 essential tips for Japanese cooking known as Sashi Suseso? Whoa, I never knew this! 5 essential tips. 5 essential tips. Sashi Suseso. The basics of Japanese dishes is a wordplay to describe how 5 kinds of seasonings are used to flavor Japanese dishes. Sa is for sato, or sugar. Shi is for shio, or salt. Su is for su, or vinegar. Se is for shoyu, or soy sauce. So is for miso, or bean paste. Using them in descending order is considered to be the best way to season Japanese dishes. Oh, so you use them in that order, huh? Wait a minute. You know, I never understood the difference. Since I barely cook my stuff, my food, like I never understood the order in which you put like different stuff in, like garlic and onions and oil or whatever. Now I think of it, these is a 5, right? Oh, so oil's not in this, huh? Interesting. Well, I mean, just from what I've heard, not from not from what I know, because my knowledge of Japanese dishes is like very limited, right? But like I assume that because Japan has like the highest life expectancy, that they have good cooking, right? healthy cooking. And I guess Sashi Suseso is part of the reason why they have good healthy cooking. Okay, well, just some food for thought. If that's what food for thought is. Get it? Food? Because it's food? Never mind.
まったくグジュニアは俺をバカにしすぎだぜ。もはや冒涜と言ってもいい。まずサワークリームだろ。
Okay, so say she so oh god, I already forgot what the five were. A food product made by fermenting raw cream with lactic bacteria. It lasts longer than the original raw cream, although due to its low fermentation degree, it goes bad faster than other fermented dairy products like cheese, so it has to be preserved with care. Its characteristics sourness covers everything from main dish to dessert. You may need some courage to put sour cream on white rice. This is nothing more than the writer's personal opinion. Wow, I never knew what sour cream was! Did you guys know? Like, I just realized something. So, I never bother to look up these kinds of things. I just take them for granted. Know what I mean? I just like, oh, that's just there because it's there, right? That's just my mentality for a lot of these things that the Magipedia is defining. But okay, you guys want to see some gameplay? That's not even Japanese. Wait, you use sour cream when you cook? No, I get why it all tastes so sour.
おいおい、じゃあなんだってんだよ。サバの味噌煮。
That's already a completed meal. Sa is for sato, sugar.
マジでか。まあ知ってたけどな。逆にジュニアを試しただけだ。
You looked pretty darn surprised. Anyway, I'm not here to teach you how to cook. Can we move on to the reason you called me in on a school day?
まあまあ、そう焦らずによ。まずはこのエビを使った新作天国つけ麺を食べてきな。
Heaven. Please don't. I'm begging you. I'll do anything for you. Kneel down on the ground, pay whatever you want, give you everything I own, so please do not serve me that thing.
いやまあそこまで言うなら仕方ねえ。それじゃあ早速本題に入らせてもらうがよ。
Hell, it's about time. Pops disgruntledly quits grinding and takes a picture out of his pocket.
まずはこの写真を見てくれ。
It is a dark shot, seemingly taken somewhere with little lighting. Based on its texture, I noticed that it was printed out from digital data, and what it shows is... Is that a doll?
ああ、人形だ。もう少し詳しく言うなら、日本人形って呼ばれる類だな。
Japanese doll. Dolls created to imitate the appearance of typical pre-modern Japanese people. Most of them are in kimono with Nihon Kami, one of the traditional Japanese hairstyles. Nihon Kami. Okay, so Nihon is Japan and Kami is hair. I think, right? There used to be kids' toys that could be found in a number of families, but recently you can see them more often as they are being displayed for Japanese seasonal festivities or auspicious occasions. They have a variety of uses. In general, Japanese dolls refer to ichimatsu dolls or ones wearing a kimono.
大きさは1メートル20から30程度で、日本人形としては大型な部類らしい。
The black hair that appeared to absorb all light around it, and the long and narrow eyes. Even my untrained eye can see the doll is a masterpiece of the highest order.
どうやらこの可愛い子ちゃんは とんだファムファタールらしくてな。
It's never a good sign when you start off with a briefing like that.
まあその予感が当たりかどうかはすぐにわかるさ。事の始まりは1週間前のことだ。中央区の総合病院に一人の男が担ぎ込まれた。
What's the Chu Award? The most developed section in the Kamisaki city, playing the role of the center of the city's economic and governmental or commercial activities. Many public offices sit here in this ward, since there are plenty of large commercial and entertainment facilities here. Every seat always has high traffic at any hour of day or night. Due to the city's biggest station being located here, the ward is the main traffic hub for the adjoining cities and towns.
男は失血により意識を失っていたんだが、その原因は一目瞭然だった。何せ男の左腕の肘から先が見事に切り落とされていたんだからな。
His left arm?
ああ、病院への搬送が相当早かったことと処置が良かったことで男は一命を取り留めた。
He could have easily died of shock.
ああ、なかなかに生命力がたくましい人物だったらしい。男の名は二川。上宮区にて雑貨屋を経営している36歳の男性だ。
A 36-year-old man who runs a knick-knack shop in the Kamisaki city. Since he seems to have a good eye for identifying quality, he has regular customers for his shop and keeps it well run. He's currently being hospitalized because he has had his left arm chopped off by a burglar in the middle of April. A bedroom suburb where Yu's house and Chiharu's apartment as well as their school are located. You can find many small/medium scale commercial facilities closely attached to where the residents live their daily lives. Divided by the big national route, one side is filled with new high-rise buildings while the other has a number of old residences. There is also a small park right outside the residential section. That was part of the district in my charge.
その日、二川は忘れ物をしたため、閉店後、日付が変わる頃に店に戻ったそうだ。店内に入る際に不審な様子は一切なく、特に注意することもなく、店のバックヤードに足を踏み入れたところ、その瞬間、背後から襲われたらしい。
So he didn't see the culprit?
いや、その段階で腕をやられたわけじゃなく、しばらく店内を追いかけっこしたんだとよ。めちゃくちゃになった現場から察するに、かなり乱暴な追いかけっこだったんだろうさ。結局、店主は暴漢の手にかかることになるわけだが、どうやらダメージを受けてもすぐに意識を失うことはなかったらしい。救急車への通報も自分の手で行っている。もっとも救急車が駆けつけた時には意識のない状態だったそうだが。
Pretty hard to say if that was lucky or not for him. I think it would be pretty unfortunate to stay conscious with such a severe injury. He was forced to experience and see how his left arm got separated. But then again, if he'd passed out sooner, he probably wouldn't have survived.
一目で事件性があるとわかる状況だ。警察は被害者自身の証言に期待したんだが、事件から3日後、多少会話ができるまで持ち直した店主が語った内容に警察は困惑することになる。
How come?
期待していた方向とは随分かけ離れたものだったからだ。 自分の腕をぶった切った相手は和服を着た少女のような見た目だった。そう雑貨屋は証言したんだよ。
Whoa, it's the doll! A little girl wearing a kimono. Shockingly enough, that's what the doll in the picture is wearing. The person seems to have an outrageous fashion sense.
ジュニアよ、その言い方は正確じゃねえな。
What word?
被害者の話を信じるなら、襲ったのは犯人じゃねえのさ。自分を襲ったのは店の商品、人形だって言うんだよ。
You mean the one in this photo?
正解だ。ちなみにこの写真は今年の1月頃に二川自身が携帯で撮影したものだとさ。
Are you sure? This doll got to her feet, walked around and chopped off his arm.
被害者本人はそう話している。人形が自分の腕を切り落としてそれを持って逃げたんだとさ。
Bro, that's messed up.
警察としては店主が恐怖のあまり記憶に混乱を起こしているだけだと判断しているようだがな。
That's a completely normal response. It's a no-brainer. Should the authorities swallow everything he says about the case, the public would consider them crazy. So, their perspective aside, what do we think of that? The police are sensible and reasonable about the events, but that doesn't mean they have the truth.
まるで発言を裏付けるかのように店主が襲われた時を境に店の倉庫からは一体の人形が忽然と消えている。
And that picture of our missing doll?
ああ、他の店員が複数証言していることからもその点に間違いはない。人形は事件が起こった当日の夕方まで店の倉庫に存在していたことも裏が取れている。
Ordinarily, you'd think someone injured the shop owner and stole the doll.
普通に考えればな。
So, that's not what you think happened, Pops.
今のところ白とも黒とも言えねえって感じだぜ。
Oh, well, okay, I have no idea what you, and quote, oh no, sorry. Okay, black and white, right? Okay, no, sorry. Why am I pausing? So black and white is just, okay, that means gray, right? And in the just, like, at least from, like, when I watched Death Note, like, years ago, black and white, like, okay, black means guilty, I think, and white means innocent. So gray means it's still not completely determined. They're under suspicion, but they can't say for sure that the suspect is fully guilty, is guilty as charged. So now, what does black and white mean? That this like in this, like, because, you know, there hasn't been any chargings, right? Any convictions or whatever. Black and white, I guess, simply means that he's unsure. Wow. Okay, maybe I didn't need to say all that. I don't know.
真っ先に問題になったのが一番肝心なものが現場で見つからなかったことだ。
Important as in...
腕だ。バックヤードだけじゃなく店内のどこを探しても切られた腕が見つからなかったんだよ。
Someone, probably the culprit, took it with them somewhere else.
警察も同様に考えて周辺の捜索を開始したところほどなくして
Oh god, I'm
雑
scared.
貨屋から6キロほど離れた公園から警察に一報が入った。
What did they say?
人の
Whoa!
腕が園内に落ちているって内容だ。通報者は近隣に住む若いカップルだ。
Hold on. You know, I feel sorry for the couple, assuming that they're not the criminals. Okay. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh. Index. Sorry, it's just you just have to make sure you pay attention to what it says on, like, whenever there's a key here. It's extremely discomforting to suddenly experience something so extraordinary in the commonplace scenery. I can't imagine how shocked they'd be to discover a human arm.
深夜の公園で何をしようとしてたのかね。
That's not important at all.
とはいえ、そんな不運な目に遭うほどの火遊びじゃねえんだろうがな。
And of course, the arm they found.
ああ、雑貨屋のものだよ。
In other words, the chopper bothered to take the arm out of the shop and went all the way down to the park to abandon it there.
ただの強盗なら人形は盗んでも他人の腕までは盗まねえわな。どうだい、がぜん嫌な気配がしてきただろう。
Yeah. Apparently my golden week has come to an end much faster than I thought it would. Whoa! Well, my eyes. B Peach Kamasaki Hanmachi branch. One of the branches of the family's restaurant chain, Big Peach. Their branches can be found everywhere in the city. They serve every kind of, from Japanese and Western to Chinese. They currently offer special limited dishes made with spring vegetables. Huh.
まるでホラー映画の中にでも入り込んでしまったような感覚です。
Suzanari Rin's first impression of this man named Soejima is that he talks in a rather emotionlessly way. The moment Suzanari entered the coffee shop for the meeting, he noticed an exceptional aura surrounding the man. Now that the two of them are actually talking, the peculiarity is even more distinct. The man looks a lot like a doll, or rather like a machine. Suzanari thinks there must be something human missing from the man sitting on the sofa across from him. Without going against that impression, Soejima keeps speaking laconically. Here's a summary of what he has said so far. Everything started 3 months ago when one of Soejima's supervisors went missing. His boss was a somewhat forceful man, but adaptable and social enough that none of his co-workers or family could think of a reason for his sudden disappearance, which was why they informed the police in less than 2 days. Although Soejima wondered about the reason too, he didn't try to probe any further.
ただ、その頃から予兆のようなものはあったんです。
予兆です。
上司は行方不明になる前、まるで誰かに見られているようだって話を周囲にしていたんです。
What the? Okay, wait. I need to. Speed is.
その言葉を裏付けるように、しきりに背後を気にしたり、人の視線を気にしたりしていました。
その見られているというのは、尾行とか監視とかそういった
ええ、監視です。本人は その言葉を使っていました。まるでもちろんそれだけで上司の行方不明が不自然だなんて言うつもりはありませんが、ただその
Why is it so fast? I don't understand. Regardless of the man's stammer, Suzunari can't see any signs of hesitation on his face.
なんというか、1週間ほど前から私も全く同じ体験をしているんです。
同じ体験というと？
私もいつも誰かに見られている気がするんです。
Finally, the point of Soichima's story is clear. He is currently in the same position as his missing boss used to be. So he's concerned that he may end up going missing too. However,
そもそも上司の方が感じていた視線と行方不明の因果関係も分かっていないんですよね。
ええ、何一つ。
しかも上司が感じていた視線とあなたが感じているという視線が同じものとは限らないのでは？
okay, maybe it's too slow. Okay, I'll move it up by like what? How far am I gonna move it up? Here? Let's try. It's not unlikely that this Soijima fellow's case has no connection to his supervisors, and he only has his own personal stalker.
ええ、おっしゃる通りです。
He gives a deep nod without changing his facial expression in the slightest.
でも普通じゃないのは確かなんです。あまりに突拍子もない話なので笑わないでいただけるとありがたいのですが。
お約束します。そういう話には慣れていますから。
では思い切ってお話しさせていただきますが。
He starts off in a hesitant manner.
私はあるマンションの8階に居を構えておりまして、問題の出来事はその一室でもともと防音のしっかりしたマンションですし、
God, come on.
周囲に音を立てるような場所もなく、夜になると随分と静かなものなんです。
Like, it's either too fast or too slow. Like,
だからこそあの音に気づいたと言いますか。
音ですか？
ええ、時刻は夜中の2時過ぎだったと思います。ふと催してトイレに起きまして、事を済ませた後のことでした。普段物置として使っている部屋から何かが聞こえるような気がして、泥棒にでも入られたかと中を確かめてみたんです。ですが室内には人影も物影も見つかりませんでした。だというのに音は止むことなく続いているんです。コツンコツンと、まるで窓か何かをノックしているような音が。慎重に耳を澄ませてみると、音の発生場所はすぐに特定できました。どうやら問題の音は部屋の奥にある窓から鳴っているようでした。さては窓に何かが引っかかっているのだろうと一歩踏み出してみたところ、窓のカーテンの隙間から中を覗き込んでいる人の顔が。
oh wow.
へえ。
Suzunari let out a word because a story had begun drawing close to his territory.
それはすぐにまるで逃げるように消え去りましたので、顔を確認できたのはほんの数秒のことでした。
ただの見間違いの可能性は？
辺りは暗かったので詳細まで見えたわけではありませんが。
He picks up his cup of coffee, hands slightly shaking.
見間違いではないと。
もし見間違いならそれに越したことはないのですが、誓ってあれは確かに人の顔でした。
He sounds like he is thoroughly assured of what he witnessed. He must have seen it very clearly.
偶然あなたの家に侵入しようとしていた物取りと鉢合わせしたとか。
いえ、その窓の向こう側はベランダとかではなく、まともなくぼみも見当たらない壁でして。
If that's the whole truth, this man is under something far beyond monitoring. Whether it is for stalking or robbing, who would climb up a sheer wall without a good reason? I'm gonna regret this. Just move it over here. Just here. Let's see if this is
つまり
okay. See.
あなたは自分が何者かに監視されていて、そのことと上司の行方不明には関連性があるのではないかと言いたいわけですか？
自分でもあまりに荒唐無稽なことを口にしているんですが、こんな状況になって上司が行方不明になる直前に話していたことを思い出しまして。
どんな内容の話を？
深夜、自宅2階の寝室で外から家の中を覗き込んでいる何者かと目が合ったと。
それが見間違いでなければ、確かに現在あなたが置かれている状況に極めて似ているかもしれませんね。
Even though the evidence is nothing more than Sojima's personal perspective and memory, both of which are pretty vague, Suzunari can tell that something is off. And at the same time, he has already personally decided that he has to stay away from this case. There are several reasons. First of all, simply based on the story so far, it's highly likely that it's something else that's causing this bizarre phenomenon this Soijima guy is facing. Even if everything he says about it is true, it all could have been performed by a human being. With use of tools or techniques, climbing up the wall should be possible. Likewise, you could rope down the wall from an upper floor. Just why would anyone do that? That doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that it's not impossible to reach the 8th floor by going up or down on the wall. However bizarre it may sound, the chance of the perpetrator being human is way higher than it being a variant. In other words, the chance of it being a variant-related incident is only 1 in a million. Normally, people show some kind of mental disturbance when they face what is beyond common sense. Some of them try to act tough, while some of them get horribly scared. It depends on the person. Even if it is something that derives from things on that side of the world, most people will more or less go crazy knowing they've been followed for days. Okay, like, I don't know, the speed is like... Problem with the speed is like, it goes too fast when they're talking sometimes, and it goes too slow for me to read. To find the perfect balance. If you can remain as composed as him. What makes him even more unnatural is that he has admitted that he witnessed the suspect. The man is irrationally calm. In the first place, This meeting was arranged by one of Susanari's acquaintances. Noodle Graveyard has nothing to do with it yet. If Susanari agrees to work for Soejima, he will have to deal with everything from reporting to the ramen shop to going through all the necessary procedures on his own, each of which comes with quite a bit of cost. That's why Susanari wasn't interested in this case from the very start, but he ended up going anyway because he was told the man was at a complete loss for what to do. However, the one who was supposed to be at a loss looks completely fine in front of him, and there is no proof his trouble is a variant case. Nothing about it makes any sense. Man, I don't know, I'll just change as I go, right? Those are the factors that make Susanari negative about the job. He's asking more questions, but only out of curiosity.
一つ確認したいのですが、その不審者らしき影を何らかの記録媒体、例えば携帯の写真機能に収めたりは。
それは唐突だったもので何一つ。
His expression remains unchanged, while his tone of voice sounds disturbed.
他にあなたの言葉を証明できそうなものは？
何分一人暮らしでして私以外の目撃者もいませんし、信じてもらうためにも証拠はないものか探してみたのですが、
何も見つからなかった。
はい、残念ながら。
Susanari cannot detect any emotions outside of his face. It goes beyond a poker face. He gives up trying to see through the authenticity of his words from his responses.
最近では夜が怖くて、このままでは睡眠不足でどうにかなってしまいそうです。
お察しします。
それでここまで話を聞いていただいてどうでしょう。
結論を言わせてもらうなら、自分には判断しかねるといったところで。
In truth, Susanari is intuitively aware that there has to be something unusual behind his story. That awareness does not arise from the story itself, but from the man's artificial calm.
となると、事の調査をお願いしたいという話は？
今回はお断りさせていただくつも
I'm
りで
afraid I
す。
must decline. Oh. So sorry. He responds nonchalantly.
やはり信じてもらえないんですか？
正直に言えば、あなたが話す内容には何かしらの可能性を感じます。なので、しかるべき場所に報告するつもりですが、直接私自身が仕事を受けるにはあなたに対する疑念が強すぎる。
Way too doubtful.
要するに話の内容ではなく私自身が信じられないと。
端的に言えば。
いやー、前もって伺っていた通りに正直な方なんですね。
He makes a troubled titter, but his face still smells artificial.
もしあなたに断られてしまえば私にはもう手の打ちようがない。
なぜです？
なぜですって、鈴成さん以外の専門家と接点なんて持っていませんから。
現実の事件であるならば探偵に、超常現象だと思われるのなら科学者にでも、有能無能を問わないのならばネットや口コミで探すこともできるでしょう。
どうしてそういった専門家に頼まなければならないんです？
Soejima inclines his head to a side, as if my question
だって
was
これは
strange.
ただの人間の仕業じゃなければ幽霊やモンスターの仕業でもありません。現実に存在する異形の仕業なんですから。
Whoa, what a big surprise.
そしてそれは鈴成さんの専門分野だ。 だからこそ私はあなたに相談したのですよ。
ええ。これがもし異形の仕業であればそうなりますね。
Whoa. Just how much does this man know? The question is swelling up inside Suzunari's mind. As Soejima mentioned just now, the entities called variants are wholly different from monsters or ghosts and tales. There certainly are definitions for them, but they are not anything that amateurs can properly make out in one glance. Some training and experience are inevitably required. Even many of those who work in this business but don't directly deal with variants themselves can't distinguish variant-related cases from those that aren't. But what about this man? Suzunari does not know where he learned about them, but he seems to know about variants and about Suzunari possessing countermeasures against them. What has made this ordinary man so sure must be... Either way, this is out of the question. Suzunari finishes up his drink and lets out a sigh. There's nothing more to talk or ask about between the two men, and they will not see each other ever again. Standing against variance itself is already too much of a risk. The world Suzunari works in is one where you risk your life fighting against those that may hide deadly fangs or poison. You must learn everything you can about your opponent in order to minimize risk in the battlefield. Nonetheless, this man is clearly hiding something. How could he do anything for him, risking his own life?
改めてこの件の個人的な調査はお断りさ。
そうですか。
Man, they talk too fast, man. Receiving the clear-cut denial, the strange consultor takes it more easily than Suzunari expected. It seems like he had predicted he would be turned down. He picks up the bill and offers to pay it as gratitude for Suzunari's time and trouble, saying it is such a shame. Oh my goodness, the mechanics in this game. Like, there is no ideal speed, because, like, these guys talk so fast that like, no, what am I saying? They don't talk fast enough sometimes, so it goes, like, their voice cuts off and goes to the next one. But if I make it too slow, like, it's just, I can't, like, it's so slow, man. And even if I make it to the slowest level, undoubtedly there's gonna be there's gonna be a line in which it takes too long for the voice actor to say it all before it cuts off to the next line. Oh, that's Suzunari's voice. No, sorry, the other guy's face. Even then, his face remains frozen like that of a doll. Okay. What time is it now? Okay. Actually, I think I'm gonna stop here. Yeah, I'll stop here for now. I'm getting tired, actually. Actually, okay. Yes. Okay. So,
Magical eyes. Red is for Anguish.
okay, so you know how we unlock some specials, like at the end of the chapter, like when we did the game, right? I mean, when we did the reasoning mode. So, oh, so this is what we get. Oh, course, this is the first thing I click. This is, Murase. Oh, shit. Hold on, so she only has one, okay. Oh, no. Why do I keep clicking on her? What? Are you serious? This might as well be locked! Bro! Okay. Well, I treated you guys to that.
マジカルアイズ Red is for Anguish.
So anyways, I'll be back.